Hey you guys, Blessed White Joe here, and this time I'm doing exactly what you guys asked me to. I have a winner and losers of the Banlist video. It might be a little different than the way you guys usually see your winners and losers of the Banlist video, but I'm doing it through DB this time, and I'll just take about 2 to 3 minutes on each deck, or each core specifically, and see why, and tell you guys why it got better after the ban list or why it got worse after the ban list. I'm gonna split the video up in two sections. I'll be doing winners first and losers second, uh, just because there's a little bit more winners than losers on the ban list here. Um, but yeah, just that being said, I'm gonna jump right into it. Thank you guys for actually, before I start, thank you guys for getting me to 1.5K. I definitely noticed that, as I mentioned in my previous videos. Gonna find something to give away for you guys. Just been trying to think about everything, plan it right. I know the pandemics might be ending soon, or just the mask mandate at least. And if we get back events, I might want to do in-person giveaways, such and such. But I don't think I'll wait that long. I'll figure out what to do probably by my fifth video for me uploading this. So with that being said, love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. All the constructive criticism, all the love you guys show me in the comment section below. It's not even like we're at 20,000, 30,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like House of Champs, stuff like that. We have such a small group right here, but I just love all you guys so much, and I appreciate all you guys for sticking with me. Sometimes I'm a little inconsistent with the upload whenever like ban list drops. I'm not gonna upload like 20 videos of the old commentary, or I'm just not gonna spam you guys with just clickbait, because I hate clickbait. So I really ever want to give you, I only really ever want to give you guys real content. So that's what I try to do. I think it's quality over quantity. So that's what I try to do. I try to give you guys the best content I can. I don't try to push out as much of it as I can as possible. You know what I mean? I just try to give you guys good videos. So with that being said, jump right into the video now, you guys. So talk about the winners of the ban list here. Konami. Why is LP still legal? Why is LP legal? And the crazy part is that now we've gotten to the point where I don't actually think it's LP's fault. Um, I actually think banning Striker Dragon and Heretic Seal would hurt the deck a lot more than banning LP. And I think Konami realized that, and that's why LP's still legal. But it's like you guys didn't do anything to the other cards as well. See, like Dragon's the deck that's gonna power creep every deck you guys ever print, just because of the simple fact that we'll always have big monsters. It's big guys, always big dudes, and every big guy is an extender, pretty much. Um, they're really good at link summoning, just free link fodder. Nobody ever thought dragons should just be able to tutor out this way. They have really, really strong points in the deck. So let's talk about the strong aspects of the deck. Dragon Link is probably the best deck out right now. Just due to the fact of cards like Chamber Dragon Maid. On summon, you're able to recur a trap for next turn, and the trap is live whether you have a dragon on field or in your graveyard. So like if you're summoning Chambermaid, you're always putting a Chambermaid in your graveyard, and it doesn't have to be a Dragon Maid either. And then it's really good because it recurs you a dragon for the next turn as well. So it ends up becoming not just a disruption, but a starter or an extender as well. So like Titan is really, really good. You also have cards like I said, Heretic Seal, which you can always end on regardless of like the hand trap you're under. By the time you get drolled, anytime you open like Chaos Space, stuff like that, your hand should already be decent enough to where you can go into a Heretic Seal majority of the time. Dragon doesn't have any really bad matchups inherently. It's really good at breaking the board when it's going second. It's really strong at making the board when it's going first. That's why I have it as probably my biggest winner of the ban list here. Dragons was kind of a contender last format. It was just getting shut out by like easy virtual world combos through Nibiru. There's virtual world couldn't really lose to anything last format just through the simple fact it had like Cloud Castle to special back to level 9, going to VFD, etc., etc. But with VFD being banned and level 9 synchros not being that impressive, besides like Shinshin and Trishula maybe, then you know what I mean. We're not really too afraid of level 9 synchro turbo. Dragons, they have so many recurable cards that you don't know when to stop. They have cards like Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, which is searchable for the deck, you know, and you don't know what they're doing with it. If they're extending with it, if they're blowing up your board, if they're ripping your hand. Anytime a card has 3 effects, it's gonna be good. I tell everybody that all the time. Everybody was like, TTT sucks. Like, it's not good. It's too slow. It's not a quick play. Anytime a card has 3 effects, it's good. Might not be good now, but it's a good card. Um, So yeah, that's I think I have Dragon as my biggest winner here of the ban list so far. But with that being said, there are other decks that have got pushed up and gotten stronger as well. Now we'll talk about the Dogmatica package. We have Nadir Servant, Ecclesia, Maximus to go into the Winda engine. We have Florida Lease, a non-targeting, Valor. Like, they have so much in a package. Off of one Nadir Servant, you can end on 2 to 3 disruptions every time. Um, with just this one card resolving, which I don't think is okay. Might just be me. Nadir Servant is probably like the new age Engage, I would say. Like, this card is really, really good. Um, I also do think that the skill level is almost up there with Dragon, I would say, just because like Dragons, your hand always changes. It's kind of like Drytron. Your hand always changes. The combo always changes. It's never the same. So you have to just learn what's the end goal that you try and do and how many routes you can take to get there. Um, Now with like Dogmatica engines, it's pretty much just like I'm trying to make sure I end on win the punishment every time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you pretty much know what you're doing, and there's not a lot of ways to do it. Um, there's just not a lot that can stop it right now, which is why I put it so high up here. Main deck Droll is in the format right now, but main deck Droll probably hurts every deck up here except for Zodiac or Elvis. So like, using Droll as an argument to beat Nadir Servant just like isn't relevant a lot of the time. Just because you're not gonna not play a good card because Droll is in the format. You know what I mean? You're gonna not play the best card in your deck because it might get Droll on, like, after you do it. After it resolves, it might get Droll. Windows just, Windows a bitch. Florida Lease is strong. Punishment, you got, it's hard to play around. Not super hard to play around, but like a good player will know when to use it, know when to save it. Um, and they can also Dogmatica can also equip with decks like Invoke, which is why I have the Alistair up here. Invoke's not a good deck by itself, so like nobody think that I put like pure Invoked up here, just to stand alone. But I put Invoked up here and I put it in the middle of Dogmatica and Eldritch because Alistair is such a good normal summon right now. You can pretty much go on anything. You can even go on Drytron, just to make sure you're in like a Mechaba before you start doing your combo, so you can't get hand trapped. You don't use normal summon, you're only using Amanju anyway. Alistair is just he does a very, very good job at doing what he does. You know what I mean? He's like that guy who comes to work and just works 100% every day. You don't have to tell him to at all. He just does it by himself. He's really, really good. He brings both of the engines together because like with the Dogmatica engine, you're putting an extra deck and a negate on the field, an extra deck monster and a negate on the field, and you're loading like your graveyard up for Maximus targets. With the Eldritch engine, it's like you're just you can kill them at any time with them, and you're also slowing the game down to where like your Hakeros and your Conqueros actually do something. You know what I mean? Um, Yeah, Alistair's just really good. He'll always be good. I think this is always a good engine to hold. I don't think he'll ever get hit by a ban list. I think he's one of the eternal, like Dante, just to never get hit. Halky Fibrex might be in the conversation. He survives a few more lists, even though he's not like cancerous to the format right now. Like, you can obviously tell that, you know, he you can tell that Halky Fibrex will be a problem in the future. He's obviously not doing anything too crucial to the game right now, but like he can definitely be a problem in the future. So speaking like I was about the Invoke decks and the Eldritch decks, Eldritch is up here. Eldritch is super strong, not touched by a Banlist. Full decks, whole decks are full power still. You have Cursed Eldlin, which searches you your Lord, and it always gets you a card regardless. You have Scarlet Sanguine, which pulls your Lord out of deck. And then you have Lord himself, which is the big beefy bull right here. He out stuff that can't be destroyed. It brings himself back. He's a really huge body. He's just hard to get rid of. He's very recurable. You know what I mean? He's just there to live and sit and live and sit and rule. You know what I mean? He's literally the Lord. He does what he needs to be done. You can play a lot of trap decks in his deck. Traps like Torrential Tribute, Rivalry. I saw a lot of people playing Rivalry with Zombie World in it. And I was just like, oh, that's kind of crack. Like, that is kind of nasty. You know what I mean? Saw some people playing Vampire Sucker in the extra decks with this deck. Eldritch has just a really strong presence in the format always. And I feel like it'll always actually just have that presence in the format. It has Dragoon to mesh with. You can put a huge boss monster on the board, or you can end on like a Trident. Try to play a little bit more consistent. Or you can play like the Dogmatica Invoke package, which has like a higher ceiling for the Eldritch deck, while putting up more negates. Like first turn, I think like the Eldritch Dogmatica Invoke deck, just if it opens nice, it beats all the other decks. You know what I mean? It has something for every aspect of the game. It has an on-field pop on the gate that banishes, and like a Conqueror or Hakero. I just feel like it covers everything you need to cover. I'm personally playing Salamangreat this format. I'm playing Salamangreat and Pendulum. Some nice fun decks that I built. If you guys want to see those decks, let me know. Try to get these videos to about 50 likes each, and then I'll start dropping more deck profiles of my own created decks. Don't want to just be dropping decks for 10, 15 likes, you know what I mean? That's the only reason I haven't dropped so many yet. But I do appreciate you guys who have been asking. I pay attention to all of you guys, like Tom Morrison Jr. Like I watch all of you guys on here, so appreciate all you guys. I try to remember all my point subscribers, the people who stay active. But with that being said, we're just gonna go talk about Zodiac a little bit. So we're not going to spend too much time on Zodiac. As you can see, I only have Trident down here. A couple of the boss monsters from the previous deck, like Banlist for Dragonlink, Striker for Dragonlink Seal, Trident for the Zoo, and Dragoons is down here just for Red Eyes Fusion. I'm just going to talk about Dragoons later on, just by himself as a whole. But back to Zodiac, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Like I said, this is just such a consistent engine where it only takes a normal summon to get to a Zeus. Anytime you can normal summon a Zeus, I think it's really, really strong. Ram gives them out to trap cards, which I think was the deck's problem, struggling on its normal summon. Because like you can just go normal summon and then pop their Zeus summon, and they can't really do anything at that point. But Ram helps a lot with that. He helps you recur you guys back from the grave. He helps you loop with like Chakanai, Dried, and Pop the Ram. You know what I mean? You can do that. Like there's so many cool plays you can do with these cards. I just don't think that it's good enough to be the best deck. I don't think Zoo will ever be good enough again to be the best deck. I think it will always just have a person who prefers it, so they play it, and after playing the deck over a course of time, you'll perform well enough with it. I think that when they perform well at those certain events, people will see those events and be like, "Well, oh, Zoo's this good. Zoo's this. I can do this." Well, no, you actually can't. Like Zoo takes skill. I try to tell people that all the time. Zoo takes skill. Zoo has a very, very. It's not like just summon Dry and go bird. Like you have to know what you're doing, know what to go into, know what to equip. And there's always like cheeky, techie, cool plays you can do that'll throw your opponent off guard. And you got to remember those plays and see when it's the opportunity and time for those plays and take advantage of them. And it's really hard for a lot of people to do with Zoo with other decks, because a lot of people look at Zoo and they can't, like see game sometimes, or see the position to take over or swing the momentum on their side. And that's one of like the most important things to be able to do when you're playing Zodiac. Last but not least, the last winner I'm going to talk about the ban list is Dinosaur. So Dinosaur it didn't really win anything, but it didn't really lose anything, you know what I mean? So like Dino always comes out at the beginning of every single format. If Misc is legal, It'll literally come out and it'll be one of the best decks. It'll be like top 3 decks of the format every time, every ban list. It'll happen. I don't see how people are shocked at it by now. It'll happen every ban list. From the moment Konami announces the ban list, people are saving up their Dino decks again, people. This deck doesn't take a lot of thought. You open the trilogy and you can do what you do. You know what I mean? It's not really hard. Archosaurus shot up in price to like $70 after the ban, just because people knew they were gonna flood to dinos. It's really not that hard to tell when people are gonna flood to dinos. They do it when they don't know what else to do. It got helped by VFD being gone. It can play its turns a little more securely. It doesn't have to just auto lose going second. But like I said, yeah. With that being said, there's really not a lot to talk about with Dino. It's always been doing the same thing. It's not like Dino started doing anything new to win. You know what I mean? It's not like you're adding any new techs. They always have like Mystic Mind in their deck. So they're probably beating decks like Drytron, stuff like that, who don't main deck, spell trap removal. Dinos will always have UCT. So people forget about that. They will always have, 9 Overactors. You know what I mean? It'll just happen. It's a consistent deck. It'll be consistent. The least inconsistent part about it is the babies. That's pretty much it. But they're just like something you have to play. You know what I mean? You can't just not play the babies. So yeah, guys, that's it for winners of the ban list. I'll also have a losers of the ban list video. I don't know if I'll do it all in one video. I might actually. How long has this video been running? Let me see. I might just do it all in this one video. 17 minutes. I don't think you guys want a 34-minute video. So I'll talk about the losers of the ban list. Actually, I'll just do it really shortly if you guys want me to. Alright, really quick. So you guys don't have to watch a whole nother video, right? So I'll do the losers of the ban list in this video as well. It's really not that hard. Most people know about the losers of the ban list, even though there are a couple unknown ones. I didn't even get a chance to talk about Dragoon, but I'll probably talk about him on another video. So like I was saying, losers of the ban list. We have Alpha, Zeta, Nova, and Ben 10 as the first cards. I was a Drytron player. Obviously we got hurt by this ban list. And most people think it's the one Ben 10, and it's not, which irritates me so much. It's the fact that Kodabi hit us by banning Union Carrier so they could bring back Buster Whelp of Destruction. I mean, not this one, so they could bring back the, Destruction Blaze Sword. Why? Why? You got rid of Union Carrier. Union Carrier. To bring back a card that says you cannot summon from the extra deck. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because Carrier was definitely the problem, just like not the degenerate cards you guys were putting with it, right? The best thing Drytron was equipping off Carrier was a Dawn Knight. Dawn Knight. Majority of the problems for Union Carrier had already been solved. Really unfortunate to see this card go. Like when this card first came out, I thought this card was a problem. I thought it should have been banned. I agreed it should have been banned. But the format shaped up to where it just didn't need to get hit. I mean, I might sound a little biased, but like it didn't need to get hit. Like I don't see how we're in a format or in a world where Carrier gets banned before Needle Fiber, a Soul Day, LP. Like I'm sorry, Carrier. I feel bad for you. It wasn't nothing you did particularly. I think it was Konami getting a little sick of Vanity Ruler, and you were mainly what enabled Vanity Ruler. So I think they were a little sick of that. So they just gave you the bucket. Apologize. I mean, you'll be best deck again once the XZ comes out. But until then, you guys, Drytron kind of butt. Not gonna lie, it's not bad. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not the best by far. This is coming from a Drytron duelist. I've tried all the Megalith build, the Vendor build. I've seen it all. It's just not. It's not what it was. You can lie to yourself all day, but realistically, being honest, the deck's not what it was. It's not a bad deck anymore. It's just not what it was. Going on to the next deck, talk about Virtual World. And Virtual World's kind of in the same boat. It kept majority of its main deck pieces, unlike Drytron, where we lost 2 Ben 10 out the main deck. That was all we lost. But this lost 0 cards out the main deck, I'm pretty sure. All it lost was VFD. The thing is, VFD was its only monster to make. It has stuff like Shin Shin. Now they can like Shin Shin with like Croc now, right? So it's like a macro with the onboard pop 2. But realistically, that's not going to be enough nowadays with people playing like droplets in the main, etc., etc. Shin Shin's not really going to do much, you know what I'm saying? And then especially like if you're getting hand trapped now, like if you're getting Lanceids and shit now, like you're really not doing anything. Or like if your first reveal gets stopped, let's say you go like normal summon GG Lulu target GG, and then they like pop your GG. Then like you're in a really bad spot, bro. Your deck's not as recurable as it was. I still think it's better like Paleo, you know, stuff like that. Like, it's just not what it was. But VFD needed to go though. I don't feel bad for VFD or Virtual World at all. They ran rampant. Like I said, I do feel bad for Ben 10 because it hurts ABC as well. Which is why I put this up here. A lot of people didn't know ABC was one of the biggest losers of the Banlist just because Union Carrier got banned. This was their enabler. They would go in a Union Driver for free. Union Driver will make Union Carrier for free, and it was literally just be full combo off of one card. I don't think they can full combo off one card now because Carrier's banned. I might be wrong. We'll have to see what PR55 cooks up, but it was fun watching him last format, and hopefully he keeps it up with ABC this format, you guys. But sucks that they got hit because Carrier had to go. So a card that says you can't special summon from your action deck can come back. Sucks. And now for the last loser of the ban list, we have Infernoble. Infernoble got indirectly hit, but when VFD got hit as well. It was really easy to go like Trish into VFD, etc., Charles, etc. Now that VFD is gone, their board's just not as impressive. It's kind of like a watered down Dragon board. Deck's not worse, it's not bad, but hey, sometimes it sucks. That being said, you guys, bless you, Gil signing out. I'll try to have some commentary up for you guys. Try to have some versus battles. New battles start today, so I'll be recording a bunch of videos. I'll try to get them out to you. That being said, bless you, Gil signing out. Peace.